Hello and a warm welcome to the Sandor Turf Club for our Barrow Trials this Tuesday, the 25th of March, with 7 trials to take place. And take note, we'll be alternating between track 2 and the sand track. All of trials 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be on track 2, and the remaining trials 5 through to 7 will be on the sand track over 1,000 meters. Runners and riders for trial 1, Sinsfun Hero will be ridden by Nutman, Perfect ridden by Lala de Souza, Imperial Saber, CK Core, Zar will be ridden by Uzea. Limbs Better Ready, I believe, is actually the ride of Jay Ikram, but we will confirm that as they get down to the start. Shang-Chi will be ridden by Winston Cheer, and Smart Star will be ridden by Clyde Lett. Those are the runners and riders for trial 1, and the first trial is off at 9:10, so approximately 10 minutes until the loading process will begin for barrier trial 1. And the loading process about to begin for trial 1 this morning. Since Hero, the first runner to move in. Now for the turn of Perfect. Imperial Saber being called into line. The C-Trade call. We're trying the pacifiers on, as well as Perfect and Smart Star. Next runner to move in is Zar. Field of 7 runners for the first trial. Limbs better ready. The ride of Zed Faisal, I believe. Shang-Chi. And the last load will be Smart Star. Smart Star moves in. 7 runners, 1,000 meters. Trial 1 for the morning. Gates are back. Away and trialing from that 1,000 meter mark. The starters caught them to a pretty level beginning. Towards the inside, since Hero hopped out on speed. Up on the outside is Shang-Chi and Smart Stars trapped deep in the early stages. Racing just in behind those is Zar, who's racing just ahead of Imperial Saber. Perfect's racing along the inside rail, got 3 lengths to make up, and the back marker for now is Limbs Better Ready, with about 5 lengths that cover the field as they make their way past the 600 meter mark. And up in front it's Since Hero, who's joined alongside by Shang-Chi. Smart Stars making a move around runners in the turquoise silts, racing just ahead of Imperial Saber. Then comes Perfect, followed by Zar, and Limbs Better Ready sees them all, and racing 6 lengths off the gallop. 300 meters left to travel. It's Since Hero and Shang-Chi has been at each other's throats for most of the journey. Deep route Smart Stars trying to work his way into the trial, and further back is Imperial Saber with Perfect as they're into the final 100 meters now. And Since Hero starting to extend his stride into the closing stages and will win by about 1.5 lengths. Second place Shang-Chi, third Smart Star, Imperial Saber. Then came Limbs Better Ready, followed by Perfect, and Zar was last across the line. Since Hero and an R. Newman for the Ricky Choi stable will take out trial 1. Jumped out on speed and pretty much went start to finish up in front, and will win by about 1.5 lengths at the end. New registration, the MRA brand of P121. As it seems like there's might be a problem with the replay, which has yet to have appeared on screen. If memory serves me correct, Shang-Chi was in second and Smart Star was back in third. And we will wait for confirmation on that. Still waiting for the replay to appear up on screen. But a comfortable winner at the end was Since Hero. And I guess we'll have to confirm the minor placings and the results at a later stage until the replay appears up on screen. So we'll address that issue in a moment. Up next is Barrier Trial 2, which should commence at 9:20 AM. And once again, it'll be over 1,000 meters on track 2. So there is no replay for trial 1, unfortunately, so we'll just have to come back to the website at a later stage to confirm the numbers for trial 1. The winner was definitely Sinsphoon Hero, but we have to confirm the minor placings at a later stage. Up next is Barrier Trial 2, and the runners and riders up on screen. Starting off with the Star, who'll be ridden by Lala de Souza. Flying Durumi, Winston Cheer. Hatim will be ridden by Uzea. Ansu to be ridden by Jay Daniel, and also take note Duma's entered this trial, and he'll be ridden by R. Newtman. Starlight Glimmer will be ridden by Shazman, and Big Bird will be ridden by Clyde Leck. Those are the runners and riders for Barrier Trial 2, and it should be commenced in approximately 7 or 8 minutes time. And the loading process has begun with the first two runners moving in, Hatim as well as Ansu. Starlight Glimmer, the grey, about to move in. Once again, a field of 7 runners for trial 2. As Big Bird has been called into line. Duma. And now for the turn of Flying Durumi. And the last runner to load will be the Star. Moves in, 1,000 meters set for a start. Gates are back, away and trialing from that 1,000 meter mark, and once again, the starters caught them to a pretty level beginning. Breaking out on speed was Flying Durumi under Winston Cheer, the first one to show. The Stars just a little bit keen in the early stages towards the inside. Deep route is Ansu, racing just ahead of Starlight Glim, and in between those is Hatim. 2 lengths further back in range to Big Bird, and the back marker for now is Starlight Glimmer. Not Starlight Glimmer, that'll be Jimo rather, racing 6 lengths off the leaders. They got 450 meters left to travel now, and up in front, Flying Durumi, the leader, followed by Ansu in second. Along the inside rails, the Star in third, followed by Hatim. Deep route is Starlight Glimmer with Big Bird and Dumas last of all, as they're into the final 300 meters now, and up in front, Flying Durumi from the Star. Then comes Ansu. Just in behind those is Hatim, and deep route on the track is Duma, who's starting to run on nicely, as they're into the final 150 meters now, and Flying Durumi has drawn clear, drawn about 2 to 3 lengths ahead of Duma, who's finishing off late. Flying Durumi will come home to win. Duma in second, third place in the way of the Star. Starlight Glimmer behind those. Big Bird, then came Ansu, and Hatim was last across the line. So Flying Durumi will come home to win trial 2 this morning. Under Winston Cheer for the Richard Lyne stable. And we do have a replay for this trial. And we can just confirm those minor placings. Second place went the way of Duma, who was up on the outside. The Star was back in third. As you can see with the run down to the line, Flying Durumi wins rather comfortably at the end. And will win by about 3 to 4 lengths, with Duma back in second. Third placing went the way of the Star. Starlight Glimmer was in behind those in fourth. Followed by Big Bird, who was in fifth. Sixth place went the way of Ansu, and last across the line was Hatim in seventh. Flying Durumi, the winner. Second place, Duma. Third placing went the way of the Star. In fourth was Starlight Glimmer. Fifth place, Big Bird. In sixth was Ansu. And Hatim was last across the line in seventh. That completes Barrier Trial 2. Up next is Trial 3. And the runners and riders will appear on screen shortly. Runners and riders for Barrier Trial 3. Tipping Points will be ridden by Uzair. Pacific General, Lala de Souza. Garudin will be ridden by Ikram. The General to be ridden by Shazman. Major Blaze, Andre de Silva. And Warrior 61 will be ridden by Clyde Leck. So a field of 6 runners, 1,000 meters, and they'll be making their way down to the start shortly. Runners are moving in for trial 3. Pacific General, the first runner to step forward. Field of 6. Garudan moves in. Now for the turn of Meadow Blaze, who just turns to the side. And proving to be quite troublesome is Meadow Blaze. He is very fractious down at the start. All the while, still 3 more runners after that to load. All of Tipping Point, Warrior 61, as well as the General, as they try again with Meadow Blaze, who's safely installed. Half the field loaded. Tipping Point moves up. And 2 runners left to load. Warrior 61 and the General, who will complete the field. Warrior 61 moves in. And the General completes the line. Moves back. This time pretty much moves in. And moves in. Flags up. 6 runners, 1,000 meters. Gates are open. Sent on their way from the 1,000 meter mark. Warrior 61, the first one to respond, goes straight to the lead. Tipping Point also showing some pace along the inside. Deeper on the track is Meadow Blaze as well as Garudan. And then close quarters early on, 2 lengths further back in the range to Pacific General and 3 lengths further back to the General, who's outpaced and racing a good 6 or 7 lengths off the leaders as they make their way midway through the turn now with just on 600 meters left to travel. And it's a line of 3 up in front, Meadow Blaze as well as Warrior 61, and deeper start is Garudan. Along the inside is Tipping Point, only has about a length to spare. 2 lengths further back and running to Pacific General, and the General is racing last of all and 7 lengths off the leaders. 300 meters left to travel now, and Tipping Point has moved into the lead along the inside. Deeper out is Garudan, and looking for a run along the inside is Pacific General. Deeper out in the track, starting to work his way into the race is Meadow Blaze. As they're into the final 100 meters now, Tipping Point, Meadow Blaze, Garudan deeper start on the track with a good late finish, and Garudan will come home to win, followed by Tipping Point. Third placing went the way of Meadow Blaze, then came Pacific General, followed by Warrior 61, and last across the line was the General. So the winner is Garudan and Jay Ikram from the Cherie Kim Hamilton stable. It will win Barrier Trial 3 this morning. It's pretty much a line of 3 heading past the 100 meter mark, but Garudan, sustaining a late finish, will come out on top and will win Barrier Trial 3 as we run through the replay. Garudan up on the outside in the orange silks. You can see Tipping Point is still in front, and now passed up on the outside by Garudan, who comes home to win this trial. Garudan the winner, Tipping Point in second. Third place went the way of Meadow Blaze. In fourth was Pacific General, followed by Warrior 61, who was in fifth, and last across the line was the General in sixth. So to repeat those numbers, Deruden the winner, second place Tipping Point, third place Mater Blaze, in fourth was Pacific General, fifth place Warrior 61, and last across the line was the General in sixth. That completes trial 3. Up next is trial 4, and this is the last of our trials on track 2, before we'll cross over to the sand track for trials 5, 6 and 7. Up next is Barrier Trial 4, the Roads and Riders. Up on the screen, Power Projection will be ridden by Clyde Leck. Senior Bay, now with the ride of Lutman. Campionessa to be ridden by Nutman. Hon Gildon will be ridden by Winston Chia. Captain Singapore, Esper Howden. And Pacific Strout will be ridden by Lala D'Souza. So a field of 6 over 1,000 meters on track 2. And they'll be making their way down to the stars shortly. And the lights is flashing for barrier trial 4 with Captain Singapore, the first runner to move in. Field of 6 once again for the last trial on track 2 before we head over to the sand track for the remaining trials. Campionessa steps forward. Next runner being called into line is Power Projection under Clyde Leck. Moves in. That is half the field that is locked and loaded, with Singler Bay being called into line. We'll be trialing with the blinkers on. And 2 runners left to load. Hongil Don, as well as Pacific Scout. Hongil Don moves in. And Pacific Scout to complete the field. Pacific Scout steps forward. 6 runners, 1,000 meters. Barrier trial 4 for the morning. Flags up from behind. Gates are back. Away and trialing from the 1,000 meter mark, and the starters caught them in a perfect line. Power Projection towards the inside broke out on speed, with Singler Bay is now pushing forward to be one of the early front runners, and Campionessa right along the outside is now the new leader. So Campionessa will lead the field heading down the back straight, with Singler Bay racing on the inside in second. 2 lengths further back and running to Power Projection, racing just ahead of Hongil Don. Then comes Captain Singapore, and Pacific Scout is outpaced and racing 8 lengths off the leader as they're homeward bound with 450 meters left to travel. With Singler Bay and Campionessa, these two share the lead up in front. 3 lengths further back and running to Power Projection. Captain Singapore's in behind those, followed by Hongil Don, and Pacific Scout is last of all with 250 meters left to travel. Singler Bay, the narrow leader, only by about half a length, with Campionessa right there in second, and down towards the inside is Power Projection, who's starting to finish off the trials strongly. Up in front, Singler Bay, Power Projection, these two will hit the line together as one, and it will go towards the outside. Singler Bay just ahead of Power Projection. Third placing went the way of Campionessa. Then further back in running, we had Captain Singapore, Pacific Scout, and a long way back to Hongil Don. So Singler Bay for the Wayne Lim stable under M. Lutman will take out trial 4 this morning. Power Projection made a very strong move in the closing stages down along the inside. But it does look like Singler Bay has done enough to hold on here as they hit the line. And Singler Bay will win by just about a nose in the closing stages. Power Projection was back in the second, followed by Campionessa, who finished in third. And it was a good 4 lengths further back in running to Captain Singapore, who will finish in fourth, ahead of Pacific Scout in fifth, and then Hongil Don was last across the line and well beaten back in sixth. So just to repeat those numbers, Singler Bay the winner, second place Power Projection, in third was Campionessa, fourth place was Captain Singapore, fifth place Pacific Scout, and last across the line was Hongil Don in sixth. That completes our trials on track 2 as we head across now to the sand track for the remaining 3 trials for the morning. And up next is trial 5, and it will be over 1,000 meters. Up next is barrier trial 5 for the morning. In a field of 6 runners, starting off with Super Bowl and Andre De Silva. General Quinn will be ridden by M. Zaki. Don't Forget Boss to be ridden by Sai Fuden. Moongate Light will be ridden by Lala De Souza. Brother Lianen will be ridden by Nutman. And James Stonks will be ridden by Clyde Leck. Those are the runners and riders for trial 5 as we move across to the sand track. Super Bowl moves in. First of the runners for barrier trial 5. Next runner to move into line is General Quinn. And M. Zaki moves up. Don't forget, boss. And just 3 runners left to load. Moongate Light. All of these runners just having a barrier practice this morning. As Brother Lianen is about to move up. Moves in. And the last load will be James Stonks. He'll move into the widest gate. James Stonks steps forward. 1,000 meters on the sand track. Flags up from behind. Gates crash back. Away and trialing from the 1,000 meter mark. Super Bowl towards the inside hopped out smartly, and General Quinn also shows pace right alongside us. Racing 3 deep in the early stages as Moongate Lights, and even deeper out on the track is James Stomps. They have been followed by Brother Lianen, and the back mark is Don't Forget Boss, as they're about to approach the turn now with just on 700 meters left to travel. Up in front, it's Super Bowl the leader, only by about half a length, with General Quinn racing away in second. 2 lengths further back to Moongate Light, then 3 lengths further back and running to Don't Forget Boss. Brother Lianen and James Stonks are the back pairing as they at the top of the straight with 400 meters left to travel, and Super Bowl is up in front. General Quinn's at his girth in second, then 2 lengths further back and running to Moongate Light, who makes his run towards the outside. Racing along the inside rail is Don't Forget Boss, and then a long way back to the back pair, with which is Brother Lianen and James Stonks as they're into the final 100 meters now, and down along the inside is Don't Forget Boss, who's starting to quicken up smartly. And Don't Forget Boss has run into the lead and won't be for the catching. Don't Forget Boss the winner. Super Bowl in second, General Quinn third. Then came Moongate Light back in fourth. And the back pairing Brother Lianen with James Stonks. So Don't Forget Boss under Cy Fuden for the David Croc stable will win trial 5 this morning. One of the few trials where runners actually come from off the pace to win on the sand track so far. We've seen most of these sand track trials where a runner that normally goes to the front just stays up there and keeps galloping. But not the case for Don't Forget Boss in trial 5. As we see the replay in the closing stages, Don't Forget Boss along the inside will end up as the winner. Second place went the way of Super Bowl. And then came General Quinn, who was in third, with about 2 lengths separating first to third. As they hit the finish line early now. Just for the viewers, the finish line is the pole along the inside rail, just after the Selindor Turf Club sign, where Don't Forget Boss currently has his neck over. Second place went the way of Super Bowl, third General Quinn. Back and fourth was Moongate Light. Just to repeat, that's not the finish line. Fifth place went the way of Brother Lianen. And James Stonks was last of all. So just to repeat the numbers, Don't Forget Boss is the winner, followed by Super Bowl in second. General Quinn was in third. Moongate Light was back in fourth. Brother Lianen was in fifth, and James Stonks completed the field in sixth place. And just a reminder that the finish line is not the big Selindor Turf Club sign. It is the small blue pole just afterwards, where in the replay you can see Don't Forget Boss has his head over now. Up next is trial 6, and that should commence in approximately 8 minutes time, and the runners and riders will appear on screen shortly. Up next is barrier trial 6 for the morning. Kinabalu Light will be ridden by Saifuddin. Arif to be ridden by Atmazani. Make You Happy will be ridden by A Surya. Pacific Angel, Lala D'Souza, and Mental will be ridden by Clyde Leck. Those are the runners and riders for barrier trial 6, which should commence in about 6 minutes time. And the runner's about to move in for trial 6 this morning. The penultimate trial for the morning. And Ari is the first runner to move in. Kinabalu Light steps forward. Just a field of 5 runners over 1,000 meters. Make You Happy. And the remaining pair, Pacific Angel and Mental, will complete the field. Mental moves in, and the grey Pacific Angel will complete the lineup. Pacific Angel steps forward. 5 runners, 1,000 meters. Set and ready. Flags up. Gates are open, and they're sent on their way from that 1,000 meter mark. Towards the inside, Ari broke out on speed with Make You Happy, Pacific Angel and Mental. They made to a line of 4 and detached in the early stages and racing 5 to 6 lengths off the leader down the back straight is Kinabalu Light and well detached. As they head into the turn with just on 700 meters left to travel, it's Ari who's got the narrow advantage over Make You Happy in second. Pacific Angels with the grey racing 3 deep in these stages. 2 lengths further back and running to Mental, and completely outpaced and racing a dozen lengths off the leader is Kinabalu Light as they turn for home with 400 meters left to travel. And Ari is tackled up by Make You Happy, who's down the center of the track. Deep route is Pacific Angel in third, still has 2 lengths to make up, then 4 lengths further back to Mental. And Kinabalu Light has been last of all for the majority of the trial and will probably finish that way as they're into the final 150 meters. It's a line of 3. Down on the inside is Ari, Make You Happy in the middle, and Pacific Angel being asked to quicken up on the outside. And it looks like it's Make You Happy who's got the narrow advantage and will come home to win. Second place very close between Ari and Pacific Angel. There was about a breakaway of about a dozen lengths further back to Mental, and then 4 lengths back to Kinabalu Light. So Make You Happy under Surya for the Sivan stable will win this trial. Nice closely contested trial, all between Ari, Make You Happy and Pacific Angel. Pretty much hit the line together. As we see the slow-mo replay with the run down to the line. So just for the viewers, I know they keep stopping it there, but that's not the finish line. The finish line is about in 5 meters time with that little blue pole on the far side. So they just continue to run it through. Make You Happy does end up as the winner. Second place. Going to get very tight. On that, it could go the way of the inside, maybe. Ari just ahead of Pacific Angel. Fourth place was definitely Mental, and a long way back was Kinabalu Light, who was never traveling in this trial at all. So that is the provisional call for the running of Trial 6. The winners Make You Happy. It is pretty much a photo finish for second and third between Ari and Pacific Angel. So we'll just have to wait for confirmation on that a little bit later on. Fourth place went the way of Mental, and fifth was Kinabalu Light. And that's how they'll cross the line. So Make You Happy, the winner. Just looking once again at the finish. Very close between Ari and Pacific Angel. It could go either way. So I will leave that at the viewer's discretion to separate Ari and Pacific Angel. So that concludes barrier trial 6 for the morning. Up next is trial 7, and this will commence in less than 10 minutes, the 7th and final trial for the morning. Runners and riders for trial 7. The unnamed runner will be ridden by R. Nutman. Top Confidence, S.U. Lim. Pacific Fortune, I. Saifuddin now picks up the ride. So Saifuddin jumps aboard Pacific Fortune. Forget Romance will be ridden by Clyde Leck. Tan the Man, Akmazani, and Pacific Armani will be ridden by Lala D'Souza. So a swap around there with the jockeys for the David Koch runners. And that completes barrier trial 7 for the runners and riders, which will be making their way down to the 1,000 meter mark shortly. And after this, it will conclude our barrier trials for the morning. Runners are moving in for the 7th and final trial this morning. Top Confidence, the first runner to step forward. A field of 6 to complete our trials this Tuesday morning. Pacific Fortune moves in. Of course, there's no racing taking place at the Selangor Turf Club this weekend, so a bit of a breather. There is racing at the Perak Turf Club on Sunday, and then we'll return back here the following week, where we will have a double header of racing at the Selangor Turf Club on Saturday and Sunday next weekend. So half the field now has moved in. The unnamed runner under R. Newtman will move into barrier 1. And we're just left with 2 more runners to complete the field. Forget Romance. And Tan the Man will complete the field. We're just about set and ready. 1,000 meters. Last trial of the morning, and they're sent on their way from the 1,000 meter mark. Towards the outside, Forget Romance hopped out on speed, and the unnamed runner towards the inside is also showing plenty of early toe. In between those is Tan the Man, followed by Top Confidence, and then comes Pacific Armani, with the bat marker being Pacific Fortune and racing 5 lengths off the leader. Heading down the back straight with 700 meters left to travel. It's the unnamed runner who is the narrow leader, just by about a neck with Top Confidence in second. Then around them up on the outside is Tan the Man with Forget Romance, and making a move is Pacific Armani, and at the back end of the field and outpaced is Pacific Fortune, who's easily a dozen lengths off the leader. 400 meters left to travel now, and they spread right across the track. Down along the inside is the unnamed runner with the Top Confidence up on his outside, and deeper out is Pacific Armani, who's moving up smartly alongside Tan the Man. Then comes Forget Romance, and last of all is Pacific Fortune. 150 left to travel now, and up on the outside is Pacific Armani with Tan the Man, and down on the inside Top Confidence, but it is Pacific Armani who's picked it up, and Pacific Armani will come home to win. Tan the Man in second, third place Top Confidence. Then came the unnamed runner who faded out in the closing stages. Forget Romance was further back in the running, and then came Pacific Fortune. So another closely contested trial, with only about a length separating first to third. As the runners hit the line, and it will go the way of Pacific Armani, who comes home to win, followed by Tan the Man, who finished in second. Third place went the way of Top Confidence along the inside. Then came the unnamed runner, who was further back in fourth. Forget Romance was in fifth, and last across the line was Pacific Fortune in sixth. And that completes our barrier trials for this morning. So just to repeat those numbers, the winner Pacific Armani, followed by Tan the Man in second. Third place Top Confidence. In fourth was the unnamed runner. Fifth place went the way of Forget Romance, and last across the line was Pacific Fortune. That completes our barrier trials for this morning. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you back at the Selindor Turf Club next weekend, where racing takes place on Saturday and Sunday.